I mean, that sounds familiar. But all experience just comes and goes.
Nothing lasts?
Apart from nothing.
So nothing lasts.
Correct. But that looks like anything.
Even this.
Only yeah. Looks like playing drafts. This is drafts.
Is it?
Yeah.
I hadn't heard that.
No.
Drafts.
That's what that's what checkers really is.
Really? I've been lied to this whole time.
Yeah, you've been told it's checkers. It's a bit like reality. You've been told what it is. You've been told it's checkers, but it was drafts all along.
Shit. That changes everything.
It changes nothing. Because, of course, checkers is fucking drafts.
Checkers makes more sense than drafts.
Oh, drafts is rubbish. I have no idea what that means. Where did they get that from? It's like, just put something underneath by the door there where the wind's blowing through. There's a draft. Right. That's what I mean. Oh, yeah. But, of course, you never think about that.
No.
You have a given reality that it's drafts, and
Yeah.
most people never question it.
I never did.
You're one of the poor bastards who has.
Yeah. The need to know.
Yeah.
There's a need to know.
Which is true. Drafts or checkers?
Yeah. Drafts.
Checkers.
But it's all secondhand knowledge, so who do you know how to...
Well,
how to believe?
and they're the same.
Yeah. It makes no difference.
No. I will say that it's been a while since I played, but I played with my son. I was teaching him the other day.
Oh, yeah.
And I had the dilemma of should I let him win?
I know.
You know that dilemma as a
I
parent.
do.
Should you let them win? Or should you teach them to lose?
What's the answer? Just wing it.
I do a bit of both.
Yeah. I think that makes sense.
Yeah. You got me. Just have to go now.
Oh. Kingney. Oh, they
King.
don't have anything. You can use one of those.
I'm in all kinds of fucking trouble. Oh, it's looking a little grim.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh shit.
It's nice to play without worrying about who's going to win.
Well, that might be how it is for you. I'm already feeling a bit jittery about. Look out, I'm defeated already.
Maybe I should clarify. It's nice to play without the guilt of about to kill
Oh
you.
yeah. Isn't it nice just to kill people mercilessly? I'm so screwed. It's going to feel like success to me if I get one of your pieces.
Yeah, that looks unavoidable at this point because I only have so many moves to kill time with while I'm waiting for you to get closer. Now.
I know. I'm so done.
You had no choice.
No.
Is everything choiceless?
No.
No?
It's just that there's no way to have the choice. Seemingly. If you're waiting until everything feels choiceless, and there won't be any choices, then that's just another illusion, you could say, that there could be, I would know when there would be no choice. Choice, like everything else, just naturally appears. It appears like I choose black or white pieces and coffee or tea.
Yeah.
No, I think the choicelessness is a bit misleading.
Choices just happen.
It all just happens. Or not. You know, there's no one choosing whether they choose or not.
Yeah.
Because the trouble with choicelessness is it just smacks of determinism.
Right.
That there's stories about, you know, this is already in the can. You know, it's a movie.
Yeah.
But it's already written. It's fatalistic.
Yeah.
There has to be a before and after for it to be determined, predetermined, or determined in any way.
Right.
There's no freedom in that.
True.
It's kind of a let off the hook for me. That it's all determined anyway. So.
Yeah.
And self would love that because then my choices don't matter because they're all predetermined anyway.
Right.
But that's not how it feels.
Yeah.
Because that wouldn't be freedom, would it?
True.
It'd already be written.
Right.
It's a bit biblical, really.
Right.
Fatalistic. Destiny, kind of, ideas. Self likes that.
Yeah.
I wasn't destined to lose. I'm just shit at drafts.
And it's not over yet. You could pull it off.
Fucking hell. Now, we could talk about miracles then, shall we? We could talk about the miraculous outlook. Yeah. I'm nearly finished, I think. Yeah. I'm going to have to content myself with one piece, I think.
Okay.
Oh, do you do huffing?
No.
Do you know what a huff is?
What's huff?
You probably got a different term. So if there is one for you to take and you don't take it, I can take your piece because you've missed taking it.
Oh, I didn't.
Do you play that?
No, that's an interesting way to play that.
No, that's how we play. So if I see that you could have taken a piece and you haven't seen it, then I take your piece.
That's
huffing.
Yeah, bit of a game changer.
It does change the game a bit.
Yeah.
Because then you can't choose. Oh, we're back to choice. You can't choose whether to take it or not.
I see.
If you see it, you have to take it. Otherwise, But then you can play that maybe your opponent hasn't seen it.
All right.
Play that. It's good me sounding like some kind of expert. I'm obviously shit.
You're pinned in pretty good.
Well, I'm done, aren't I? It's like you've played before.
It's been ages, but I guess...
Have you played before?
When I was a kid.
No, have you really played before?
Not like for serious, I mean...
No. Has there ever been a game before?
You know, that's a good question. Is memory evidence of a past?
Well, yeah, it is to me, isn't it? Yeah, to self it is.
It's not very reliable, obviously, but...
It's utterly unreliable, and everyone knows that.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's... Self can't go near that it's completely unreliable. That's why things like dementia and Alzheimer's are so terrifying to self. There aren't many selves who aren't afraid of losing their mind.
Right.
Which means losing memory, really.
Yeah.
Well, memory and mental ability, but really memory, because what am I? Who am I without my story?
Mm.
And of course I wouldn't, if I don't have a memory of how to play checkers, then I can't play.
Right.
And I'm very afraid of not being able to play. The whole game.
Yeah.
All of it.
Mm. Fear.
Yeah. Yeah. Self's very afraid of losing memory.
Yeah.
Looks like mine's already fucking gone in terms of my abilities. Is it my turn?
I believe so. I think I just took those two plays.
Oh, let's get it over with.
Okay. Alright.
It's over.
That's true. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'd like to say it's been a pleasure. I'm a sore loser. And that is, I mean, that's annihilation.
That's... Yeah.
I don't remember losing by... That's funny, isn't it? I don't.
Yeah.
A solitary victory. That's all I've got to show. Yeah. And strangely, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's interesting.
There really are no winners.
No.
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 Games are games.
Yeah.
It's funny, the whole notion of losing in life. That we're so indoctrinated with.
Mm-hmm.
So conditioned to think that in the game of life there's winners and losers.
Right.
Well, no one wins. It's not really that there are no losers, it's just there's no winners.
Yeah.
So we're all losers.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
When every human being is seen to be equally a loser,
Mm-hmm.
you could say that's unconditional love. The losing is the love.
Mm. Yeah.
I mean, who wants to hear that?
I know.
No one wants to hear that.
Yeah.
Hardly anyone.
Mm.
I mean, how would you win? Because really, what does winning mean?
Mm-hmm.
It means you live forever, really. It's winning,
Yeah.
beating death in a game of checkers. You're playing the Grim Reaper. True, though.
Yeah.
You'd think of what most human beings are obsessed with that. Even if they concede that they can't beat death, it's all about prolonging life.
Yeah.
As though it's got a duration. And life doesn't have a duration.
Mm.
Because without memory, where's duration? That's
True.
the illusion of memory. And memory appears fresh. There are no old memories. Memories are always fresh, as are everything else. They're always new.
Right.
That's why it's so unreliable. Memory appears spontaneously from nowhere, the same as everything else.
Yeah.
Always new. Always new.
Yeah. So this was the first game of checkers ever played.
Always, yeah. And the last.
And the last.
Yeah.
And it's over.
It's the first and the last. Always.
Yeah. Yeah, that's beautiful, but also a little unsettling.
Very unsettling. More than unsettling. That's an understatement.
Yeah.
What, the annihilation of everything you've taken to be real is a little unsettling?
Just a tad unsettling.
I feel that might unsettle by that. Well, it probably hasn't sunk in then. If it sinks in, everything's gone.
Yeah.
Everything you took to be real. Everything, all the things.
Just leveled.
Yeah, literally leveled. Demolished and leveled, yeah.
Wow.
Just... And in the losing of everything, nothing is lost. Because everything was always lost. Because it never was. So you don't lose it. There's nothing to be lost.
Yeah.
But whatever has been held, whatever has been taken to be substantial, and self-terrified of that. So you say it's a little unsettling. For most, it's terrifying.
Yeah.
Not for everyone, it seems. There's no rules about how it feels if that hits. It is just simply, if this is all, if the past isn't real, apart from I make it real. A little unsettling. I like that. Good title for a book. You may find this a little unsettling. I think it depends on the character. It seems, when talking to people, it just depends on each character. It's a little unsettling for some, but liberating. For seems the majority of people, of human beings who are unfortunate enough not to be able to turn away from the obviousness of this, then self will scream and shout and hold on for dear life to what it has, which is itself. Isn't it funny that self has itself and it just wants to hold on? That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Who has who? It's all very funny, but in the seeming falling and the flattening, the demolition, the destruction, which can certainly feel like, it can feel dreadful. Because you can feel there's nowhere to stand.
Yeah, that seemed like a literal effect. The unsettling felt as if there was actually just precipice, just cliff, tightrope, nothing solid left.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how it was for me. As if the very ground, groundlessness, falling, free fall. Nowhere to stand.
Yeah.
Where am I? Who am I? What am I? All of those questions without an answer. You know, selves ask that question and they get a reply that self can be satisfied with, then there's some ground.
Right.
But if there's no answer, if the question goes out and just the return is silent,
no comfort there.
no. And so it feels like looking into the void, the abyss, sinking, falling, without a landing place.
Mm.
Self doesn't mind if there's a landing place, because it's solid and real. But if there's no landing place, yeah. But there's nothing to fear because there is no landing place. That's the illusion, that there is solid ground. This is groundless. When I was a seeker, I loved books that talked about the ground of being.
Mm-hmm.
So I want that, don't I? Then I'll be okay.
Right. Safe.
Yeah. I mean, doesn't it sound lovely?
Yeah.
The ground of being. Well, the being's groundless.
Mm.
There's no safety here.
Yeah.
None. So the impossibility of safety and security, incredibly paradoxically, is the peace. The peace is in no longer desiring, needing to find security when there's an impossibility.
Yeah.
And self lives in possibilities, and if they all evaporate, because possibility only exists in the future, this isn't a possibility, it simply is. And really there's no knowing that it is from it isn't. So all the talk, I always was confused by dream and all the Advaitin talk of Maya and Leela, as if you could awaken from the dream.
Right.
You know, that this is a dream. And it never felt right, and I didn't understand why, but it is obvious now, because awakening from the dream there is a reality other than the dream, and there's one who could awaken from it, both of which are more illusion, that there's someone who could awaken, and there's a dream to awaken from. It's a bummer.
It is.
Yeah. It is when you've been trying, if you've been trying so hard and wanted it so badly, you don't really want to hear that it's an impossibility.
No.
But weirdly, it feels compassionate to say it. It probably doesn't sound it. But the compassion is that there is nowhere to get. That's love.
Yeah.
And rest.
True.
And peace.
Which is what you're struggling to find.
And beauty. When it's all there is. And the struggle, the seeking for it is the suffering. But you don't find it.
No.
What would you find? Bummer, eh?
That is a bummer.
What shit.
Damn. Wow. Well, and I would say I wish someone had told me that years ago, but it probably wouldn't have made it.
No. I mean, it is like that, as if you could have chosen to hear it.
Right.
Would you have heard it when you wanted to hear something else?
Probably not.
No. And of course, it's not you choosing it, but there isn't a path, obviously, to where to all that there is. How could there be? But if there was a path, then exhaustion, you know, you pretty have to be
Yeah.
exhausted every attempt to find what you're looking for. I mean, that's why there's no rules about it, but nearly everyone I've spoken to, exhaustion, desperation, despair, disillusionment, that's probably my favourite.
Yeah.
There's a lot in that word. There's nothing in words, but I mean, disillusionment.
Yeah.
That's really what we're talking about. And that's everything that self doesn't want.
Yeah.
And yet, you read about, oh, it's an illusion, so you want to not have the illusion. Well, disillusionment. It's not an answer, it's just that there isn't an answer. And that's disillusionment.
And nobody can bring about disillusionment.
Well, you can suggest it.
Yeah.
That's about as good as you got.
Yeah.
I mean, what would I do to bring about disillusionment for you?
Good question.
No, and it is very freeing when it's clearly you couldn't do it for anyone else, because then all the methods, all practices, are not wrong, but they're redundant. They're just something else that appears, and they don't appear wrong or right, but they're not, because they can't take anyone closer. Then they're utterly redundant. Pointless.
Yeah.
But no more pointless than anything else. That's the thing about... I've heard this quite a bit, that what's called radical non-duality, I get put in a radical non-duality group, which doesn't exist. Of course, there is no such thing. But selves have to categorise things.
Right.
Everything has to be put in a box. Because I feel comfortable then. I know what they're talking about. Oh, he's talking about that. She's talking about that. She's talking about something different. Well, there isn't anything different. It's all beautifully pointless. And again, self needs a point, because I am the point.
Yeah.
So pointless is a good pointer.
So
that's great, isn't it?
It is.
The pointless pointer.
It's all pointless.
So the part of the illusion, because I am the point from which everything else is observed, and the point at which everything is in relation to me,
Right.
that makes everything pointful, you could say. Everything has a point, because it all points to me.
Right.
That's why I feel so real. I'm the center of the union. I am the sun. I'm the light. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, for self. That's the sense. I'm the light. I'm God. When really there's no knowing light from dark without a point. There isn't a point of light. And self's very afraid of the dark. Not knowing. Lie is knowing, and afraid of the dark. Because I won't know what to do in the dark. I won't be able to see. I won't be able to find my way. And I'm always on my way. In the dark, there's nothing to fear. I was terrified of the dark as a kid.
Yeah.
I filled the darkness with all kinds of monsters. very common for kids to do that.
Yeah.
So I need the light, otherwise it's full of terror.
Yeah. And it doesn't help to have someone tell you there's no such thing as monsters.
Not at all. You've made the monsters very real.
Yeah.
No, it can help.
Mm-hmm.
It helps to have a human being hold your hand.
Right.
Because it's really, the aloneness is terrifying for self.
Mm.
I am alone, so I'm real in this. The darkness is unreal in that there's no light of knowing. You know, it's unknowable.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm terrified of not knowing. And it all stems from from how vulnerable I feel when I'm tiny little me in this vast universe.
Mm.
When really there isn't a vast universe or a tiny little me. This is not even singular. You know, there isn't this and that.
Mm. Yeah.
I talk about this as though, you know, I'm refuting that. I get told that. So you're saying it's not that?
It's that too.
Yeah, there's just no this or that.
Mm.
Stories about this and that.
Yeah.
You don't know this from that.
True. So I already don't know what's going on here.
It's kind of worse than that.
Yeah.
There's no one who could possibly know. You know, it's not that you already don't know. And it's not that I don't know. Because in communicating this, it can only sound like, oh, he doesn't know, so I want to not know as well.
Mm-hmm.
No, there's just no knowing from not knowing. It's just more this and that.
Mm.
So this is knowing, and that's not knowing. There's no knowing that.
Mm.
But you won't know that you don't know. Who would know?
Yeah.
It's nonsense. In a literal sense.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. And of course we've been very conditioned that nonsense is not to be listened to, it's nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I can't make sense of it, it's nonsense.
Right.
What we're speaking of, everything. Because to know everything, you'd have to be quite a lot cleverer than you and me. And that could be possible, but imagine knowing nothing.
Mm.
Because of course everything is inclusive of nothing. And nothing is inclusive of everything. So you'd have to know nothing as well.
Mm.
Well, I think that's what a lot of seekers do, is they seek nothing and hope that they'll know nothing when they find nothing. I mean, it's a cosmic joke.
Mm.
It's funny but tragic.
Right. You don't get to find out.
You don't get to find out. But isn't it wonderful that no one's ever found out?
Yeah.
Isn't that the most beautiful thing?
Mm.
Not for the one who desperately wants to find out, but it is, because you won't be asking anyone else the way to nothing. What's the way? You know, you're looking for pointers, signposts, guidance, maps,
Mm-hmm.
satellite navigation to nowhere. It all becomes very funny,
Yeah.
but not in a dismissive way. It is very, again, there's no sense of wanting to make that wrong. Because there's nothing right, there's nothing wrong. And actually the most liberating is that it's the end of thinking there is a right, correct, true, real. Or that you might know the difference. Well, you can see what enlightenment has done for my checkers ability.
No special powers in that department.
No, I keep my special powers completely secret. I never tell anyone those. Only the very trusted few.
Can I know?
No. No special powers.
Yeah.
That's the other, I mean, it is all about loss. It can feel in the losing, it feels like all loss. Yeah, of course, there's no possibility of losing what you've never had.
Right.
But it feels like.
Yeah. And that feeling's all that really, I mean, that's reality. How I feel. That's my reality.
Yeah, and I know this sounds ridiculous, but there isn't anything else. What else could there possibly be?
Yeah.
Other than what your reality imagines. You can imagine what's real about, but that's all. There can be imagination of other realities.
Right.
Because this isn't good enough. I mean, there's me. The sense of me really is, this isn't enough.
Yeah.
There must be more.
There must be more.
Yeah. Or less. However you've envisaged better would be.
Yeah.
Most human beings imagine more as better. But you do want less of what you don't like.
Right. Yeah.
What you want to get rid of. But of course you want to enhance what you think would be better. Yeah. So you could say it's hopeless. You know, the search is hopeless. But it's kind of misleading, the word hopeless, because hopeless only has a negative connotation for self. For me, hopeless is a purely negative word. It's dreadful. And yet, of course, the absence of hope is the absence of hopeless. There can be nothing hopeless without hope. Hope is a prerequisite for hopelessness. This is neither hopeful nor hopeless. Just as it is. So, well, thanks for the game.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for the humiliation. That's another probably useful, if again, no path, but humiliation might help.
Right.
You'd need it constantly, though.
I'll skip that one.
Defeat, failure, humiliation, all the things that self is afraid of.
Right.
Because if I get what I want, I'm going to keep going for it, aren't I?
Right.
More and more.
Yeah.
Insatiable. I don't want to sound like I'm promoting humiliation. Go out and humiliate yourself. That'll do it. No, you'll just feel dreadful shame tomorrow.
Yeah.